as a third session. Embassy invited Tel Aviv University, especially for we invited the Mr. Porat Regev of the Tel Aviv University, who is the Asia Desk Manager in TAU International. Actually, I want to. I am very pleased to invite Mr. Regev here, and then Mr. Regev, the floor is yours. Please share your knowledge about Tel Aviv University.
Hello everyone, my name is Porat. I'm sharing the presentation with you right now. 1 second. Okay, so hello everybody. I don't know if you have already heard the previous presentations by other universities, but I'm here to tell you about Tel Aviv University. Tel Aviv University is situated in the center of Israel. As I believe some of you may know, Israel is dubbed around the world as the startup nation. Now, if the capital of Israel is Jerusalem, the capital of the startup nation is Tel Aviv. A little background, Tel Aviv University has many different programs for international students, over 60 English-speaking programs. We have lots of social activities that I will talk about later. And the city is right at the beach, right in the middle of Israel, where you can travel to see snowy mountains by day and then go to hang in the beach at night. And we have lots of beautiful landscapes here. But this is not what we are here for. About Tel Aviv University. We have 30,000 students each year, both Israeli and international. Out of these 30,000, 45% are doing advanced degrees, meaning master's program or above. Out of our students, we have over 2,000 international students coming from over 100 different countries, and about 15% of them are students coming from Asian countries, such as Korea, China, India, Japan, etc. In Tel Aviv University, we have 9 faculties. We have over 125 different schools and over 130 research institutes and laboratories. All of those schools and laboratories are part of the 9 faculties, which are covering many different subjects in the academic fields. And a little bit about our ranking. Tel Aviv University has been ranked as first among the Israeli students' choice. Inside Israel, this is a very popular institution. And outside of Israel, as you can also see, we're also ranked very high in many fields, such as for citation, we rank 19. We're in the top 20% of universities around the world. And one more ranking that I would like to talk a little bit about is the unicorn companies. The unicorn ranking is a ranking of academic institutions who have created $1 billion worth companies. Out of the top 10 in this list, there are only American institutions such as Harvard, Yale, and others, while the 8th place is Tel Aviv University. Now, a little anecdote, the top 20 are entirely American institutions, except for, as I said, Tel Aviv at the 8th place, and also the Technion and the Hebrew University in the top 20 as well. Now, why are we in the 8th place? This is a good question. Here is some of our alumni that their names are very famous around the world in their respective fields. For example, there's Professor Amnon Shashua, who is the founder of Mobileye, which is a very strong company nowadays. Also, Uri Levin, which is the CEO of Waze and the founder. And these are only a few examples of the many talented alumni that Tel Aviv University has created. As for students who are coming to experience the university, we offer, besides the academic curriculums, also the Students Life Team. The Student Life Team, also known as the Madrichim, Madrich in Hebrew is guide. They're here to be in touch with the students on a 24/7 basis. They help with all kinds of matters, whether it be like health issues and some inconveniences in the dorms for any reason. And they also help with social activities and cultural events. And every year they arrange for trips around Israel, whether to see the desert or to see the Dead Sea and many other things to see here in Israel. And the Madrichim are like friends to the students. Whether you're on a first degree or if you're a postdoctoral researcher, the Madrichim are always here at your service. As for utilities and accommodations, TAU has two compounds of dormitories. One is for undergraduate students, the other is for advanced degrees. We also help with the matter of health insurance, medical clinics, and other utilities that are not in this slide, but are also available for everyone, is a swimming pool and a gym. For example, the university itself has a library for every different faculty, which means 9 different libraries. These are all open for students as well. And of course, the campus itself, which is just a very green, pastoral, beautiful campus. And students here are always enjoying just sometimes sitting on the grass and waiting for their classes to begin. So a little bit about our program. As I was saying, we have over 60 different programs in English, and they are divided into several categories. I will run through these categories quickly, and then I'll talk about them later. We have study abroad programs, short-term programs, bachelor degrees, master degrees, and doctoral programs, which also should include postdoctoral fellowships. And now, as for study abroad. Study abroad is a type of program where students are being listed to the university, and they have like a tailor-made curriculum for them. A student who is signing up for a study abroad program is choosing a subject that he would like to study, and then he gets a list of courses where he can choose which courses he would like to take, which professors he would like to study with, and the entire experience is very specific for each student, which means that there can actually be a situation where we have 30 different students studying and none of them studies the same thing as the other 29. This is as an example. As for short-term programs, we have over the summer, we have a summer school for both undergraduate and graduate students. And we offer many different programs each year and many different subjects. For example, we have a program about smart cities or business entrepreneurship. And on the other hand, we also have programs that could include something like life sciences and engineering, and also language programs as well. In the language programs, we offer mainly Hebrew language, but not only. We also offer Arabic and we offer Yiddish, and we also offer advanced English program. The language programs, they're different from the summer programs in the sense that they are happening all year long. The Hebrew courses, for example, they take place around the summer, the winter, and the fall. This is some example. And more a little bit about the summer programs. As I was saying, we have the business entrepreneurship. Also, a very popular program is the cybersecurity. which is a program that is offered in both levels, both the undergraduate for students who are yet to finish their first degree, and on a graduate level for students who have already have a full degree and maybe even some professional experience in the field of cybersecurity. The Department of Computer Sciences, by the way, in Tel Aviv University, is also among the leading departments in this field in Israel and in the Middle East in general. For example, one of the advancements that were made in this faculty is the USB drive. I bet you know that the USB wasn't actually invented in Israel, but the disk on key, which has made it portable and more convenient kind of product, was actually invented here in our laboratories at Tel Aviv University. Graduate summer programs, as I was saying before, language I've already mentioned. Let's talk about the bachelor degrees. We have three different programs. One of them is BA in the liberal arts, where students, quite similar to the study abroad program, they can also choose what they would like to study in the program itself. But the difference in the BA program is that there are actually several preset tracks. And the student is not choosing the courses, it's choosing the track that the courses are part of. In the BA Liberal Arts program, we also have another similar program, but a more complicated one, which is a dual degree. The dual degree is offered by Tel Aviv University and Columbia University in the US. And the structure of the program is where students are coming to Tel Aviv University. They study at the BA Liberal Arts program for 2 years. And then for the other 2 years, they're studying at Columbia. And in the end, they get a degree from both institutions. And finally, for bachelor's degrees, we have the BSc in Electronics and Electrical Engineering. And this is a 4-year program. And this is one of the most popular programs among Israelis as well. The engineering department is one of the leading departments in Tel Aviv University. And the professor teaching, the professors teaching at the BSc programs are all very experienced. They are working with international students on a nearly daily basis. And also this program is, as you can see, a little bit longer. But the reason is because it has much more academic material to put into. As for master's degrees, we have over 16 different programs. Over here, I have mentioned a few of them, such as the Ancient Israel Studies, which is a program that is under the archaeology department, where students can study about Israel and the days of the biblic period and other later developments. Also, we have conflict resolution, cyber politics. A new program that we recently created is the Developing Countries program, which is including a lot of subjects of thought, in a sense that this could include, for example, economics, but on the other hand, it can also include life sciences. So this is a very unique program in this sense. We also have global migration, Middle Eastern studies, and security and diplomacy. TESOL program, which is a program to teach English for teachers. And there's also many other programs as well. You're welcome to enter our website later and see for yourself. And here are some more of the list. I believe I mentioned most of them. As for PhD and postdoc degrees, we are offering postdoc and PhD positions in all of our faculties, which means that a student who has an idea for research as a PhD student can most probably apply this idea into his research in Tel Aviv University. Whether you like to study history and philosophy, or if you like to study, for example, medicine, you can have a PhD degree in Tel Aviv University with a Tel Aviv University professor to guide you through this research. This is some of the Tel Aviv skyline. I hope that you enjoyed the view. And that was it. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your presentation. The participants who have any question or inquiries about the Tel Aviv University, please using the raising hand function so that I allowed you to speak out, or you can using a Q&A board. You can write down your question and then Mr. Porat can answer your question. Yeah. Before we get the first question, I asked this question to all the representative of Israel, and then that was about the coronavirus issue. I want to ask you about how the TAU are coping with the coronavirus. It means about the course management status. Are you doing only for the online course or hybrid course or only for the offline course for the laboratory? Could you explain about it?
Sure. Well, I believe everybody knows that these are very challenging times, and they force us to make steps that we wouldn't have unless the COVID had happened. And one of the steps that we actually made is to enable online learning as well as hybrid courses. Currently, all of the programs at Tel Aviv University, the international programs as well as the non-international ones, are all being passed via Zoom presentations. They're all happening online, while some of the programs has also been able to create a hybrid form where students can attend to the class, and then they will be replaced at the next lesson with a different group of students, while the rest of the class can watch the presentation from home online. As for laboratories, research is still moving on. The researchers are still attending the laboratories and working from campus. Of course, everyone are wearing masks and keeping safe distance from each other, but the research has not been compromised by the COVID situation. I think this is actually quite the opposite. I think that during this time, the research has actually found more ways to advance and develop into further areas than before. So all in all, although this is a very big challenge to work under the coronavirus threat, I believe that Tel Aviv University and generally the Israeli academia are doing a great job to keep going on.
Thank you for your answer. Participants, you can raise a question by using the raising hand function, or you can also raise a question by using a Q&A board. You can write down your question and then we can answer you. Yeah, don't be shy and then raise any question about TAU. It's a very good chance and a good opportunity to ask directly to the right officer in Tel Aviv University. Actually, Prat, sometimes I get some inquiries about the summer program in Israel. Especially, they are looking for some programs about innovation and entrepreneurship, something like that. And also, some are looking for the internship program as well. And I found that you're just launching the new internship program about fintechs. Something like fintech internship program. Could you explain about your summer program?
Of course, the internship program specifically, right, Yuntek?
Yeah, internship program and also the entrepreneurship and innovation program.
So I'll start with the business entrepreneurship program. This is about a 5 weeks program, if I'm not mistaken. which is passed by TAU professors. And mainly this is focusing on the subject of creating a startup company, how to make the startup company succeed, what are the challenges involved in creating a startup. And this entire program is giving mostly um, perspective, I believe, on how to get into the market and how to create something of your own and make it go worldwide. This program is running for, I think, over 5 years now, maybe more. And the students of the program are coming here each summer, and the experience, as well as the course itself, also some other activities, like I mentioned before with the madrichim. As for the internship program, this is a bit different. The internship program, as the name suggests, it offers internships in companies in the Tel Aviv area. The internships are varied in many different fields. It could be finances, and could be high tech, and it could be, for example, book publishing, and there's no end to it, really. If there is a company that would like to work with an international student in the Tel Aviv area, we will probably be able to get this company into the program. And the internship is about 6 weeks, where the student is going to the company to actually have working experience 4 days a week. And on one day each week, there is also a course at Tel Aviv University, which is dealing with, similarly to the business entrepreneurship program, this course is dealing with how to marketize a business, how to make a business succeed. And this is like a combination of the two, I'd say. And later, when the internship is over, then a student can actually have, this line on his CV where he's saying that he was working at such and such in an internship program at Tel Aviv University.
Thank you for your detailed information about the summer program. Yeah, especially for the internship and then entrepreneurship and innovation program. Participants, you can ask any question about Tel Aviv University to Mr. Regev, and then by using the raising hand function, or you can using also the you can use the Q&A board, and just feel free to ask any question to Mr. Regev.
Also, if you can't think of any question right now at the moment, you can also take my email address at the bottom of the screen. You may ask me anything, and I'll be happy to reply.
Yeah, there's one question from BK. Could you read and then answer it? If you cannot see it, I can read on behalf of BK.
Okay. So I see the question. I'll repeat. If you want to do a startup, should I study MBA? Do you recommend any other field of studying? So this is actually a very good question, a very interesting question in my opinion, because there are actually many startup companies where the founder of the startup company actually had no background in business. For example, there's a small company, I think you might know it, it's called Apple. Apple's CEO, Steve Jobs, had a degree in history, actually, and not in business management, not in high tech. But still, as a student of history, he was able to create a startup company, and now this is one of the biggest companies in the world. So I do believe MBA is probably a very important and very interesting program, but the startup company is all up to you. I mean, if you have a dream to create something, then it doesn't matter what is the background you are coming from. It's only a matter of how you actually create it. I hope I managed to answer the question well. I see another question here. Are there many Korean pursuing startups in Tel Aviv? Well, the number of Korean students currently in Tel Aviv is not so big, but there are still a few Korean students here, also on the bachelor level, on the master's level, and the PhD level as well. And summer programs are also very popular. The only problem is that from time to time, the schedule is a bit off. But we also had many Korean students coming for the business entrepreneurship program or the internship program, for example, in past years.
Okay, thank you. If you have any question, please feel free to ask question to Mr. Regev. Actually, I really like Tel Aviv. It's beautiful beach and nature. Whenever I go to Israel, I used to stay at the hotel in front of the beach, and then I really envy you guys actually, especially for the people who live in Tel Aviv because it's very close to beach and beautiful weather. Yeah, and then could you explain about your city? As a with the beautiful beach, and also I and always like it explain Tel Aviv, a city of the capital of the startup nation, as you mentioned actually. Can you explain about Tel Aviv city?
Yes, of course. So the city of Tel Aviv is a very, very popular city among the youth of Israel. Most people who come to Tel Aviv, they're expecting to find places to hang out and bars and restaurants and you name it, really. And also, if you're looking into a more relaxed kind of way to pass the time, then Tel Aviv also has many theaters, museums, cinema halls, and stuff like that. Other than that, the city is quite big. There's quite a lot of people here. Of course, not as big as places in Korea, but in Israel's proportion, this is quite a big city. And it's right near the beach, as you said. And it's located actually right in the center of Israel in a way that you can go all the way to the north or all the way to the south, and it will take you about the same amount of time. A little bit more about the city. This is the first, I think, Jewish city to be established, but my history is not that strong. But this city is now very diverse. Though it was established as the Jewish colony, nowadays there's also Jewish people, Arab people, international students, obviously, and really people from all over the world are being centered into Tel Aviv University, not Tel Aviv University, Tel Aviv City. And it's like a very colorful human tapestry here. And also a very interesting trivia fact about Tel Aviv. It was not so long ago been dubbed as the capital of the Pride community around the world, the LGBT. But this is just an anecdote. I see that there's a question, excuse me. What kind of assistance can Korean students receive from TAU to do startup in Israel? Well, I'm not sure that I know how to answer this question really, because when it comes to creating a startup company, then I believe that the university does have some sort of assistance that it provides. I'm not sure how it is exactly. There is, for example, an institute inside Tel Aviv University that's called Ramot. Ramot is a company that belongs to Tel Aviv University that actually helps creating the bridge between research and industry. For example, I was talking earlier about the disk on key product, right? So the disk on key was developed in a laboratory at Tel Aviv, but via a remote company, it was able to go into the industry and be implemented as a daily product. So this could be some way. I suppose that there's also other ways that I'm not aware of, but I'm sure that as the capital of the startup nation, there's many opportunities here to create startups in Tel Aviv.
Thank you for your detailed answer. As far as I understand, yeah, there's another question.
Can students majoring in humanities participate in the Innovation Center by any chance as well? Okay, this is actually a very good question. I think it's Joe Hyajin. If you're referring to the BA program, to the BA Liberal Arts program, so yes, actually it is possible for you to take part in a bachelor degree and then during the summer to participate in a different program. So you can study the BA program over the year, and then when summer arrives, you can take the business entrepreneurship class, for example, or any other one, if that matters. Hope that I understood the question.
Yeah, thank you. If you have more questions, please ask the question once again or with a detailed question. And also, you can keep the email address of the Mr. Regev's email, and then you can ask any question to him about Tel Aviv University by email as well. If there is no more question, actually, you can finalize this session. And then before finalize it, if you have any last comments for the Korean audience, we can you can do it, and then you can finalize it, and we can let you go.
Well, I'm sure that we'll have a lot to talk about. I actually have no questions to draw right on the top of my head. But I think that Korean people are very warm and interesting people, and every time there's a Korean student coming to my office, I'm always happy to host him here and show him around. And all of you are very welcome to Tel Aviv anytime you like.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate for your time and then presence. I think it is very good chance, and then it was very good opportunity to promote Tel Aviv University to Korean potential students. Thank you again, and then hope to see you in Israel again.
I hope so too, and thank you for inviting me as well.
Yeah. If
so
I have any good first chance, I will definitely invite you once again to our next webinar as well.
I hope so too.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. See you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.